Good morning. You're listening to WTIM, your information station, and our morning show brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first. Our WTIM morning show with Pana Civic, business, and nonprofit leaders comes to you from our Taylorville studios. It's also brought to you by Pana Save a Lot, Pizza Man, Noren's Hardware, Bob Riding's Pana, the Nokomis Dairy Queen Pana Bowl, and the Okanee Chop Shop. I'm your host, Grayson Bauman, and our guests in this segment, we've got a few of them. Members of the Pana High School volleyball team. I've got Kennedy Boker, Joey Laker, and Reagan McLaughlin. We'll be talking to members of the football team in just one moment. But for the volleyball folks on that other end, how are we today?
We're good. Yep, really good.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, and probably real good considering regional play kicks off tonight for you. What can we expect from regionals starting here this evening?
I definitely think we're going to come out hard. We're going to play our best and do everything we can.
Okay.
Yeah, we've already played Sullivan previously and did very well. They have a few good players, but I think we can come out on top.
We're just really going to make sure we have fun.
Okay. I like the sound of all three of those answers. And as we get into the regional play, let's talk regular season real quick as well. When we were talking things over, 26-8 on the year, that's a pretty good year. Tell me maybe, if you would, a memorable moment from this regular season as we make our way into playoff volleyball.
I'd say most memorable moment would probably be beating Windsor Stew Straws in our Pana invite here for the championship. And even earlier in the tournament, we lost them in pool play. So coming back and beating them in the championship, that was really something to remember.
Okay, so when it comes to beating Windsor Stew Straws, the Hatchets, it had more to do with the fact that you invited them to your grounds, then they beat you, and then you had to make sure you got them in the championship game. Would that be fair to say?
Yes.
Okay. What about for the others here today? What about those memorable moments that kind of stand out to you?
I wouldn't say just one moment, but having great teammates. All of our teammates get along so well, and I think that's a really important thing to go into.
I would agree. You want to have good team chemistry probably in order to make a way to a 26-8 record. We got one more answer probably on the other end.
I would say, like Kennedy said, beating Windsor. And like Joey said, we all get along so well, and we just play really good together.
Okay. With you guys being three seniors, have you all been on the team all 4 years?
Yes.
Okay. Now, do we think that plays a part in it in any way, shape, or form?
Yeah, definitely the chemistry and always being around each other definitely helps.
Okay. Now, how long have we – can you tell me how long we've maybe been in the starting lineup for? Has this been, freshman year we stepped right in, or have we kind of had to grow within the program and maybe came up as juniors and seniors? What can you tell me in terms of your path to becoming seniors and starting in that lineup?
Well, I can say for Reagan and I, freshman year, at the end of the season, we got thrown into the varsity lineup, and that was definitely a little scary at first being freshmen. But then I think that helped to grow our character and kind of step in as leaders, being that we had to kind of start from freshman year.
I can only imagine. So for is that Kennedy then and Reagan? Am I correct on that?
Yes.
Okay. So I just want to make sure that I'm still getting all the voices right. I heard 7 of them, so I got to try and make sure that we're on the same page here. But what about you, Joey, then?
Well, actually, this is my first season starting varsity. I got a varsity jersey at the end of my sophomore year, and I think I've been a pretty good aspect to the team. It's really hard because a lot of the girls have been starting way before me, but it got so much better just because of the support.
Well, hey, I mean, let's look at it this way. You came in, you were plug and play, and then now look at the success that we've had this year with the 26-8 record. I mean, I don't want to put it all at your feet, Joey, but I mean, I got to say that that's a pretty good way to maybe introduce yourself to the starting lineup there. What about for you guys, something that's inspired you in terms of wanting to be better, whether that's as a student or a student athlete? What about something that inspires you, maybe from the season or maybe from years past?
I would say the elementary kids. I know I go over and mentor, and they all make posters for me, and that just gives me something to look up to because I know they look up to me.
That's a very good reason right there for you. What about some other answers?
I would say probably the coaches. They really push you to be better and really want you to do your best on the court and outside the court.
Okay, coaching-wise, I've got a question coming for you here in just one moment. And then our final answer on what inspires us maybe to keep going.
I would say my family inspires me the most for the fact that they're always at every game, always there to watch me, and I feel like that inspires me just to always continue to play my best because I know they're always going to be there to support me.
Okay. Well, all three great answers there. Reagan, you mentioned something along the lines of coaches kind of help inspire that. What stands out about the coaching that you've gotten over the last 4 years? Maybe a funny story, a quick quip, whatever the case might be, but what are you willing to share about your coaches?
I would say that, they're always there, and
No matter if one of them's gone, we know we can rely on the other. Coach Cawthorn is a very funny person, so he always has food up. Our other three coaches, they're always trying to help us no matter if Coach Cawthorn is gone doing his athletic work or if he's even in the gym with us.
So for you guys, we've got a funny coach. Can he be a little hard-nosed every once in a while? Does he, flip a switch? Maybe?
Yeah.
So
Most definitely.
Okay, he flips a switch every once in a while. Maybe breaks a breaker or whatever the case might be there. Coaching wise, is this for you guys? Obviously for two of you, and then maybe for Joey, kind of stepping into the year. What's it mean though to have such a coach that is dedicated to you guys, and that has also brought out the best in you with the 26-8 record headed into regional play? What can you tell me about just the atmosphere, the culture that you guys have? It sounds pretty tight knit.
Yeah, the atmosphere is just absolutely great. We know that we have a coach who just puts everything into our season along with the other coaches, and just the atmosphere we have in the gym with our teammates during practice. It's just great.
Okay. Any other thoughts when it comes to that?
I feel like it makes it less stressful. I would say for all three of us, when we get back on the line and the score is 24-23, knowing that he is counting on us to be back there and serve, it just puts a lot, no pressure on our backs.
And anything else? Well, Reagan says no. That's okay, Reagan. That's all right. So one thing for us here today, before I ask you our kind of final question that we definitely wanted to talk about here today, we're going into play against Sullivan, a team that we know, a team that we've dealt with before. Does that make you feel a little better about the regional matchup, or would you have maybe liked to have seen somebody that you were unfamiliar with? What can you tell me when it comes to seeing a familiar opponent first round?
Personally, I don't really like seeing a familiar opponent because that makes us kind of go into it thinking we know some things when some things can be changed up. But, I still think I'm still confident in us, but definitely not my favorite.
Okay, not your favorite. What about for the others?
I actually like that we're going to play Sullivan just because we know their weak points. We know whose nerves we can get on. We know their serves really well. If we're back there and we know this girl has a deep serve, we can back up. Now, if we were to play another team, we wouldn't know more.
Okay. And Reagan, what are the closing thoughts on that?
I would say I am glad we're playing Sullivan because we already know what to expect for the most part, and I'm just excited to beat them again.
Okay. I like that. All right. I like that confidence there. So 2 out of the 3 are excited to go up against a familiar foe. Last thing here before we turn our attention over to the football team following a break. Joey, you mentioned even kind of, folks coming up to you, young children or people that you're kind of in the classroom with and the posters and the things that made you feel really good. What might the message be to those younger athletes? Obviously, I want to ask all of you, but what is the message that you would have to younger athletes interested in volleyball or Pana athletics as a whole?
To keep on trying. I know it gets hard being an athlete with school and everything, but even when it gets hard, you still should give in your best effort.
Sure thing. I need 2 more answers if I could.
I would just encourage all those younger who come and watch us that as long as you work hard, try your best, focus on your grades and your schooling, you'll do just fine.
Okay. Reagan, let's round it out.
I would say do your best and always have fun.
Do your best and always have fun. Well, that is 3 seniors from the Pana High School volleyball team, 26-8 on their regular season. Now they make their way into regional play this evening in Paris, Illinois, taking on Sullivan. Kennedy, Joey, and Reagan, thank you guys so much for taking care of this first segment with me.
Thank you.
You've got it. You're listening to WTIM, your information station, and our Pana Morning Show. We'll be right back with 4 members of the football team. Pana having themselves very good years on and out of the classroom, in and out of the classroom. You're listening to WTIM, your information station.
Call for an appointment at 824-2222. Taylorville Estates Assisted Living, encouraging independence, enriching lives.
Your locally owned Scooters Coffee at routes 29 and 104 in Taylorville are proud to be the exclusive sponsor of the WTIM Tornado Give Back promotion. Scooters Coffee will donate the following to the Taylorville Sports Boosters. For each Tornado varsity football touchdown, they're donating $10. For each 3-point shot in varsity Tornado boys and girls basketball games, they're donating $3. And $5 for each home run scored by varsity baseball and softball team. The 22 local Scooters Coffee Taylorville, thank you for your business. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast.
Could you use some extra cash in your savings account? Then you need to sign up for People's Bank and Trust Save by Spending Roundup program. I'm Jennifer Mathis from People's Bank and Trust. Simply use your debit card like you always do, and we will round up your purchases to the next dollar. The extra charge is then transferred to your savings account. There's never been an easier way to save. Call 888-PBT-1954 today to find out more. People's Bank and Trust. We put you and your savings first. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hello, Panther fans. This is the voice of the Eastern Illinois University Panthers, Mike Brad, inviting all of our fans in Taylorville, Shelbyville, Effingham, and Eastern Illinois to listen to Panther football on your information station, WTIM, and its many platforms, AM, FM, and online. Hear the Panthers as they compete in the Ohio Valley Conference. Follow the Panthers this season on your information station, WTIM, and go Panthers.
WTIM. And we're back with the WTIM Pana Morning Show here on your information station, coming to you from our Taylorville studios and brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, along with Pana Save-A-Lot, Pizza Man, Noren's Hardware, Bob Riding's Pana, and Acoma's Dairy Queen Pana Bowl in the Okanee Chop Shop. I'm your host, Grayson Bauman. Joining us in this segment, 4 senior athletes from the Pana High School football team. I've got Carter Barber, Parker Moore, Gatlin Worker, and Lincoln Burris. To the 4 of you, good morning. How are we?
Good. How are you?
Hey, doing well on this end, and maybe not as well as you fellas have been on this year, but an 8-1 record is what you're bringing into playoff football. Tell me a little bit about the regular season, if you guys would, kind of a breakdown of it quickly, or dive into the things that kind of stood out to you. But what about the regular season can you tell me about?
Well, we were 8-1, facing 1 loss against Vandalia, and I think really the end of the season really wraps up everything. I think we went 3 or 4 games in a row, winning by 40 points. I think in at least recent history, we're the most scoring team on the season in Pana history. I think that just speaks measures about our team. Offensively, defensively, defense gives us the ball back, and then offense, we act on what the defense does, I guess. Anybody else want to jump in here?
I mean, we've definitely improved throughout the year. We coming in with the new coach, we didn't know their schemes that well when we first started, but after a while, we started to trust them and be able to go after what they were wanting us to do.
Well, hey, thank you guys for taking the reins there and passing it along. I definitely appreciate that. 8-1, that's a great way to be. But you guys have had a lot of success probably for the 4 years of which you've maybe been a part of in this regard. So this year, though, stepping into the program was Mark Ramsey. Mentioned there was kind of schematically, it's a little different. Maybe we've got different ideas on this, that, or the other. But it sounds like the transition has gone well. From your guys' point of view, what can you tell us about what Coach Ramsey brought to the football team and how it maybe played out a little bit?
He's just very football intelligent and expects us to show up every day and put in the work and just buy into it and do what he asks.
Anybody else have any thoughts on that?
I feel like he brought he brought a whole new playbook, and the plays that he brought they're all like really good, and they just help us develop into a better team than we were last year.
Absolutely. As far as I understand it, pretty run heavy from you guys. So when it comes to maybe folks like Gatlin Worker up front, is it pretty nice to have a pretty good push up front from the 5-man front that you got? I mean, I'm sure Parker probably doesn't mind a little bit of extra protection. How is it all working out for you guys? Are you saying, thinking that, man, we're pretty run heavy, 60-40, maybe 70-30? How does that kind of open up the passing lanes? What can you tell me about just the split offensively and why you've maybe run up the score on so many teams?
I would say that we're probably about
Yeah, about 60-40. But and I don't think Parker's got sacked this year from like lineman related sack. So that's pretty good.
That's a really good deal. Parker, what's that mean to you to have such a consistent front then?
Yeah, I mean, they just allow me to sit in the pocket. I can vividly remember a few times where I've just sat back there and just waited for my routes to develop because there's absolutely no pressure on me. And then when their pressure does come, they just take them where they want to go, and I step up through, I step outside, get out of the pocket, run around. I mean, the line really allows me to do anything I want, essentially. And I think the 60-40 split is pretty accurate. Of course, against other teams it changes, but the first thing Mark told us in the beginning of the year was that we're going to be a run-heavy team. That's very accurate. The run is deadly. I mean, we watched film, and Coach Conlon pointed out, just look at the line. It's almost like a wave just running through their defense, and no one's really been able to stop us yet.
Well, from the record, I am sure that has been the case. Gatlin kind of up there helping in protection. But for you, Lincoln, I mean, you're downfield trying to run these routes, trying to get open at the top of them, or maybe sit in a soft spot in coverage. What's it like to have so much time to just maybe let a route develop?
Yeah, it's just nice being able to have Parker get us the ball and not being rushed in the pocket and just able to let the routes develop and get us the ball.
Sure thing. All right, fellas. Well, let's get to some of those other questions that we wanted to talk about here today. If you would kind of go down the list, all four of you, I'd love to hear what your memorable moment is. What is the memorable moment on the season as we continue on into the playoffs?
My favorite moment was definitely against Greenville when Tyler made a fumble and I was able to recover it and bring it in for a touchdown.
That's a pretty good way to do so. What about yourself, Parker?
I don't want to piggyback on Carter, but that was definitely a good moment to scoop and score. But I'll go ahead and say Devin Hurlbert getting a fumble recovery.
Okay, liking it. Two defensive side of the ball plays. Gatlin?
I would say beating Greenville by 40 points. That was especially after losing to them last year.
Okay. We're beating up on Greenville right now. Lincoln, what about you?
Yeah, I'm going to say the Greenville game, too. Especially coming off the loss and getting the big win was big for us and just really helped us the rest of the season.
Well, I got to tell you, fellas, Mark, your Coach Ramsey, excuse me, I keep doing first names. Coach Ramsey had mentioned to me that Greenville was kind of that spot where he felt like the season really turned up a notch. So I think you guys must be onto something there. In terms of something that has inspired you, maybe in this season or years past, what stands out to you in terms of what's inspired you to keep going?
I know specifically I was walking my dog to the park and they were going through flag football, and just all the little kids I saw just inspired me because they're going to come up, maybe be in the position I am right now, and just I know I see many familiar faces. They come to the games that cheer us on and just know that I'm playing for them.
Sure. That is a look at Carter's. Parker, yourself?
Last year after we lost to Johnsonville, just wanting to be able to what is it? Oh, Johnson City. My bad. After that was definitely heartbreaking, and I want to be able to be better than that, try to go farther this year.
Sure. Your opportunity is here. Gatlin?
I would say seeing the younger JFL kids coming to our games and supporting us, it just really gives us, like, inspired, you know.
Mm-hmm. And Lincoln?
Just seeing us lose last year was tough, and just knowing it's our last year and putting everything out there and just going as far as we can.
Yes, sir. Well, hey, to the four of you and to the three on the volleyball side, best of luck when it comes to regionals, when it comes to, playoff football. This is an exciting time for Pana High School in terms of athletics. And, man, you guys got a lot of good stuff going. So thank you for joining me here today.
Thank you.
You got it. We've got Carter Barber, Parker Moore, Gatlin Worker, Lincoln Burris, four seniors with the Pana High School football team. We had Kennedy Boker, Joey Laker, and Reagan McLaughlin of the volleyball team joining us here on the WTIM Pana Morning Show.
Your information station, WTIM.
News.com.
You all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-583-0141. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available.